Top-tier players don't worry about the losers in the pit. Josie the dwarf said that. Kid in the shadows keeps muttering, he's gotta grind. He's scratching like he's got fleas while talking. Cause when you're in the dumpster, you obsess over the VIP lounge. The glowing text staring back says, reach the end of the map. Bro, kid is totally lost. Clueless until his energy bar hits 0 and he crashes. Bam, main character gets that same weird nightmare about napping in the backseat of a ride. Suddenly, a flashbang hits. No clue how he got stuck solo in this cave for ages. All he had was some dusty kung fu manual. Pop-up says, wanna see the fam? Beat the game first. Finally, one day, he gets the tutorial, complete notification, and snaps away. Dude is bawling his eyes out. I actually did it. But he steps through the warp gate. Nope, not Earth. Actually, just level 1 of a new grind. Instant depression mode. Why though? He's been trying to rage quit this place for 10 years. Suddenly, some rondo hollers at our main guy. Guy claims he heard noise and came to creep, then drops the "I'd let you go, but my kids need a snack" line. So, he wants to eat him. Yikes. Fear loading, ... Sword drops. Hero survives and is super salty at the dude. His brain starts spiraling with all the guilt trips. Ding! Skill up, pops up. Even tragedy gives XP apparently. Slowly, he starts thinking this mess is actually hilarious. He's going full Joker mode, laughing like a maniac. Sees the text and gets it. Grind the book, level up. Go hit max level to warp home. Flash forward, some minion sprints to the demon boss. MC asks the beaten guy, which boss version are you? Blade at his neck, guy squeaks. Sword Emperor, Gen 8. Turns out, MC already wrecked, Gen 6 and 7. He thinks it's kinda rad that they keep respawning to catch these hands. One hit later, game over for that guy. Minion attacks for revenge. But MC's like, demons don't do honor, bro. Before the kid even blinks, MC grabs his face. You got guts? Kid, he admits. Kid is frozen stiff. Boom, energy shield activates. MC's power level is just broken. After the flex, he says, go grind some levels, then come back. Just wants a decent fight. Now the kids, the new boss? Sadly, that master was a total flop. Mick is bored out of his mind. So bored he might start a pro fighters club or something? Bro snaps his eyes open and stares at the sky. Same boring view for 140 years. He used to cry about going home, but now, can't even remember his mom's face. Heaven. Yeah. That place is a total scam. Cause he's been stuck in this nightmare level 24/7. Just when he's about to rage quit, a notification pops up. Ding! Look at that. Our guy finally hit max level. God mode. The system says, ticket to Earth. Confirmed. About time, right? Funny how the system pities him now that he's totally dead inside. Maybe the gods are just trolling. Joke's on him. He's basically a god now too. Weird thing is, he still has urges, like human ones. Makes him wonder if he was always this dramatic back in the day. It's been so long, his fam is definitely history by now. So, going back, kinda pointless. Only one thing keeps him going. Sweet. Sweet revenge. System asks, wanna go home?
Oh yeah!
He's gonna wreck the guy who ruined his life. He gets so mad he accidentally nukes the whole forest. Whoever they are, they're cooked. 100%. Flashback. After 140 years, he's finally bouncing. Rewind to 2011, before everything went south on Earth. Glowing lady says, bad vibes incoming. Boom. Portal opens in the woods. She's all like, level up or die. Humanity. Meanwhile, 1,000 creepy red eyes are peeking through. Don't waste your XP, she says. It's showtime for the apocalypse. Fast forward Korea. Year 2. Red Wolf Dungeon. Some poor dude is running from demon dogs. Swish, arrow, to the rescue. A blast of magic saves his bacon just in time. It's Chan, the boss lady. Gotcha. Now run. But the guy zones out and gets jumped from behind. Rokimu. Even the boss couldn't save him. And he's not the only snack. The whole squad is basically dog food right now. Chan is in trouble. Infinite wolves, 0 mana left. At this rate, it's a total party wipe. She spots a coward ditching the team. Tries to yell, but the wolves are swarming. Even she's starting to lose her cool. Sayo is sprinting through the trees like a maniac. Joining this guild was a mistake. He thinks, I'm out. Suddenly, a portal pops up. Asterisk, an arrow blocks his path. He didn't think she'd actually chased him this far. Chan isn't letting him bail. He tries, is so glad you're safe. Act. She just grabs him by the collar. Not buying it? I warned you, she screams. Everyone's dead, and this rat only cares about himself. Well, at least she sees his true colors now. She's done talking. Get lost. Daddy can't buy your way out of this one. Right then, eyes popping with rage. That guy screamed for his boss like a total maniac. Before she could even blink, Sue pulled a cheap shot from behind. Red magic swirled around his fist and yeeted her halfway across the map. she face-planted into a tree. SEO grabbed her hair, treating her like total trash. Thought she was all that. Fine, he'd make her famous, but his plan? Blame Chaff for the whole squad getting wiped out. Classic frame job. He fired up that nasty red mojo one more time. Just as he went for the kill, the sky screamed and lightning crashed right behind him. Smoke cleared, and boom, some dude was standing there looking epic. Chashi Heian entered the chat. Finally, back on Earth, after who knows how long. He chuckled. All that grinding to max level just to get sent home. Lame. That's exactly why he swore to get payback. No takebacks on that one. Suddenly, some annoying voice started talking smack nearby. SEO couldn't handle the swagger. Who sent you? Who's your crew? He demanded. Chashi didn't even blink. He just walked right past the loser. SIO stood there, jaw on the floor. Did he just get ghosted? While the hero checked the wounded girl, Sue turned purple with rage at being snubbed. Worst part, new guy saw everything. SIO couldn't let a witness walk away. Didn't matter who the stranger was, he had to be deleted immediately. Shashi froze. The girl's necklace, he recognized that blink. While Shashi stared, Sayo yelled, "Don't move," and attacked without waiting. Rude, but a blast of invisible force shoved SIO back like a rat. The sheer power was insane. SIO suddenly realized he was totally screwed. Shashi spoke up. "I already figured out your little game. Oh, and you asked for my name earlier, right?" He added casually. "I'm the Supreme Sword Emperor Shashi Heian. Try to remember it." Before SIO could blink, the hero was literally right in his face. "Not that my name matters to a dead man walking," the hero quipped. A laser beam of pure energy shot out and vaporized the dude instantly. The blast carved a trench through the forest. SIO, dust in the wind. Hero turned around, ignoring the ashes. His focus was solely on the girl. Turns out, he's the big brother. Flashback time. Little Cha was throwing a fit, and Mom wasn't having it. Her bro defended her, saying she just loved the theme park vibes. But staying longer? That would just stress Mom out way too much. Truth was, she didn't want to leave because her brother wasn't coming with them. He had to stay back and hit the books. He gave her a gentle head pat. Big bro promised that even with college, he'd always come back for her. "Whenever I'm back, we're going straight to the amusement park," he swore. That promise was all she needed to stop crying and smile. Back at the car, he carried her in, knowing she wouldn't be this small forever. Cut to the crash site. Cha blamed herself for everything that went down. If she hadn't been such a brat about leaving, they'd all be okay. It was her fault. Mom and Dad were gone. That guilt ate her alive. Tiny Cha searched the wreckage for her brother, but he was just ... gone. Present day, arms getting fixed up, when bam, she wakes up. Hero's like, "You're good fam, but healing's gonna take a sec." Cha asks who he is. He grins. "Figured you'd blank on me. Can't piggyback you now?" He teases. "'Cause you're all grown up." Her brain freezes. "No way, ... Flashback hits. Big bro telling her, "Stay brave, even if I'm far." First five, pure rage. Then the feels hit. "Where were you? It's been years." Hyun goes for a hug. She shoves him. "Wait, where's..." Bro points at the messy remains of her attacker. "They got..." Che's jaw hits the floor. "Who did that?" He taps his chest. "Yours truly." She grabs him, frantic. "We gotta dip. Now." Back home, Hyun sighs. Decades later, same old crib. Sis panics. "Director Seo Kang's gonna hunt us down. That guy's the dad of the creep who attacked me. Runs Aurora Guild, and he's an ex..." Bad news. Plus, one of Korea's 11 top-tier hunters. "I ghosted the mission report, so Seo knows his kid's toast. I'm the sole survivor suspect, number 1. Heian asks, "That's what's bugging you?" "Cool. I'll just delete this Kangi dude too." She snaps. "Shut it. He's level 50 plus. Totally scary." Plus, she's losing it over her bro. Gone 14 years, now back spouting gibberish. "After Mom, Dad, and you vanished. Life sucked." She vents. "Seriously, where have you been all this time?" Hyun finally confirms. His folks are gone. He notes, "You think I talk funny? I was stuck in this place called Nurum," he admits. "But first, fill me in. What's a hunter? A guild? We got levels here too." Cha goes, "Slow down. Too much info. Let's bench that. Gotta bounce." Aaron Staran, heading to Aurora Guild. You stay put. Heian checks his room. Wow, exactly the same. He thinks, sis got tough. Time to act like the cool big bro. I wasn't. First up, Rek Kong Jin. Boom. Door noise. 3 suits. 1 casts a breach spell. Trio poses at the door. Fight mode on. "Where's the girl?" Hyun blinks. Whoa, unexpected. It's Kang Jin, himself knocking. Cha's at Aurora, scared she'll get cuffed instantly. She scans her brain for a lifeline. Anybody she can text? Right on cue. Vice leader Ly Ji-hee slides in with a "You good?" Thought she was questing with the boss's kid. Spill the tea. What happened? Chai totally didn't have a Ly Ji encounter on her bingo card. Korea's top dog. Loyal, fair, but totally a complete puzzle. This might be her one shot. Back at the crib, Chashi thinks this home invasion is wild. He roasts the intruders. Breaking doors. Rude much. A goon gets salty, but the boss says, take a chill pill. Sayo demands Chanel's location. Couldn't care less about our hero. Guy claims he's hunting the dude who offed his son. Hero goes, that's me. Dude instantly flips his lid. Chashi's vibe, bring it. Sio wants a stat check. They clash. Full send. 0, chill. Leah's hyped to meet him. Sio swings. MC says miss me with that. He notes the sword's packing. Serious juice. Must be one of those hunters Sis talked about. Reminds him of that kid's weird skill. Time to run some tests. Foe. Resets. CIO Kingjin spams a combo attack. MC doesn't even blink until the very last second. Sword connects. Nope. Barrier says access denied. Hero's got the download. Rates him Supreme Master. Not bad. Our boy stopped. It one-handed. Got 1,000 more like you? He asks. Seeing an opening, the minions rush. The boss, light beam, smacks a shield. Chashi's ticked. Do you mind? We're busy. Spots a glow. Mage chucks a fireball his way. They think it's Gigi. Chashi grabs the sword like a toy. Now it's a party. Warrior stares into the abyss. Big mistake. MC eats him back with pure energy. Can't compute that power level? Who is this guy? Sis said he was gone 14 years. Just 14? These martial masters are supposed to be cracked. Humans hit Miram level in 14 years. Why? Pretty impressive, NG. Still weak compared to the 10 great masters he faced. MC says the leaderboards totally slept on him. So, he restarted the game. Ended up the last man standing. Meanwhile, Sis is currently on the move. She's losing it. Too much drama happening at once. Vice leader wants a meet. Good news, bad news. IDK. Lee promised to hush the scandal if she plays matchmaker. That totally a deal she couldn't say no to. Lee figures making an enemy of Hyen is a big fat nope. She checks with Unsol. Bro ghosted 14 years ago, right? Lee does the math. That's 140 years. Dude's up. So she asks, what's his vibe? Sis claims he's a total softie and a study nerd. Even snagged a full ride to a fancy uni. Plus, he's got 0 quit in him. Once he starts, he grinds till the end. Hyen points at the last goon. Digs the power. Wants an encore. Bam. Decks a sneak attacker without looking. Spellcaster sees that and waits his pants. He fires, but Hyen's shield eats it for lunch. Time for tricks. Boom. Giant ice monsters. Mage is a popsicle. Shield guy bolts but bonks into a magic wall. Zap. Lighten into the dome before he notices. Bose thinks it's a total joke. The shield guy left the stairs open. Dumb move. One left. Hero knows these thugs ain't loyal anyway. CEO thinks mage, but the crib's spotless. Despite the brawl, attacks blocked and not a scratch on the furniture. Gotta be a barrier saving the place. SIO asks if he knew they were crashing the party. Hyen used Mind Sword so his pad wouldn't get trashed. Admits it's kinda complex to explain. But hey, you step in his house, you're in his world. SIO ain't going quietly. Goes full berserk mode. Kaboom, energy explosion, everywhere. Hyen digs the Powell up. SEO ignores him and rushes, throws hands wildly. Dude has totally lost his marbles. A sword comes zooming at our boy. Hyen decides to teach this punk some manners. One whack and he slices him in 2. Ouch. Tells him to feel lucky getting wrecked by the sword. Emperor, girls arrive to find the hero. ... Tidying up. Says he was just warming up, ignoring the bloody mess. Unsol sighs. Back 5 minutes, and already causing drama. Bro tells her to go level up. Then he clocks the vice leader. Senses her vibe matches celestial martial arts. Lee shook. He can use telepathy. Thought she was special. Next day, Sis jolts awake in a panic. Running scared. Screams for bro. Then hears him. He teases. Think I ghosted you again. She's hyped. It's real. Asks why he's up. But he's like, haul up. Checks his screen. And something definitely caught his eye. 7 days back. Yet it still feels like a total fever dream. VP Lee just dropped a cryptic CIA soon and dipped. Then a cleaning crew rolled up and scrubbed the crib. Same day. News broke. Soo Jung Yun's toast. Dad's retired. Looks like SIO Jin Lee actually kept her word. Guild's watching Sis like a hawk since she's the sole survivor. Now the VP wants her bro? What's she cooking up? Fingers crossed her brother doesn't get wrecked. Lee Giggy's vibing solo at a coffee shop. Chashi laughs at how chill she is. Bodyguards everywhere, right? She notes his speed, then corrects. Not guards, just one dude. Shashi takes a sip and pauses. Familiar flavor. Lee says she'd visit Haman just for this tea. Back in her Miram days, obviously. He digs at, she quit the small talk. She spills the tea. 3 people got us them too. Plus Twilight's boss her guild sworn enemy. Lee dug up some dirt after chatting with their leader. In 2011, he woke in a cave with a kung fu book. Stepped out of the cave and boom, Miram. Exact same trip our hero took. Got the exact same system notification too. To go home, he had to clear the whole game. Shashid returned right as the Hunter era started. Suspicious much. They grill him on dungeon lore. 14 years back, a goddess brought RPG stats and monsters. Hero asks how she and Park punched their return ticket. We died, she says bluntly. Vibe shifts instantly. He recalls the witness, the end quest. Chashi is Loki losing his cool. Does this goddess know who yeeted him to Mir? Max level got him home. So Hunter grinding must have a prize. That's the only way to get the cheat codes he needs. Lee's sweating. Hero snaps. Why you stalking me? She dodges and asks for a walk. Her guild was ready to throw hands, but their rival boss died. Since Hero offed him, she says, you break it, you buy it. VP wants Cheshi to manage her guild. Promises max clout and stacks of cash. Since you're Sis's boss, I listened. But hard pass. Why? I ride solo, he says, plus one more thing. Chashi refuses to simp for someone weaker than him. Lee thinks it over, then says, bet, let's fight. Dude claims he rotted in Miram for like 140 years. The vice leader snaps back. Wrinkles don't equal wins. Grandpa Shashi nods. True, even with 300 years, you'd still lose to me. Lee rolls her eyes. Bet, let's test that theory right now. Boom, she blasts a massive vibe check straight across the field. Magic forms a creepy floating eye. It's the dance of shadows. Spooky? His senses go haywire, and the lights basically turn off around him. Pulling this off must drain her battery like crazy. Though, it's Lee's signature move. She whipped up her own pocket dimension. Two bystanders, they just glitched out of existence. Poof. In Miram, she was the Scarlet Cherry Blossom. 0 failed hits. Scary. Shoshi guessed she was the fight till you drop type of girl. Only 2 endings to this story now. Win or get deleted. Despite the threats, our hero spots the move's real gimmick. It's not a cage. Boom. Knife at his throat instantly. Surprise. Bingo. She smirks. Shashi dodges. She tweaks the blade's angle. Dude blocks everything with just his bare palm. Total show. She's fast, but his defense is essentially a brick wall. She unleashes a combo. He finally hops back to catch a breath. From afar, he's like, your style is kind of funky. You know, it's the Dark King's assassin moves. Classic Miram edgelord stuff. She's shook. How'd you know that from just one look? Shashi fought a user before. Called him a noob. 1 in 1 second. So, the hero offers a deal. Beat me in 3 moves. We join your club. But heads up, that last attack totally counted as number 1. Lee's game. Suddenly, she goes full ghost mode. Shashi's impressed. Like she put on an invisibility cloak or something. Gone. 3 energy blasts. Zoom at him. He actually digs the technique. He dodges, but the magic has him. It keeps chasing him. Shashi preps his counter. Slaps the blast away with pure energy. 0 damage. Taken. Still, he admits, she's got hands. Respect. Magnificent, he thinks. Then she rushes him again. No chill. Move 2, down. She backs off. I've heard the rumors about you. Word is, you were the top dog among all the masters. That makes you the final boss. Energy spikes erupt from the floor. Lee drops a bold claim right there in the heat of battle. If I drop you, I'm the world's strongest, he smirks. Spicy. Her power level spikes. He's actually quiet. Here comes her shadow dagger technique. She pours every ounce of juice into it. Shadows swarm him. He counters with sword of the mind. Classic. Boom. Huge explosion. Light and shadow duke it out for dominance. The feedback backlash smacks Lee right in the face. Ouch. Giant rock incoming. She's frozen. Totally stuck in place. He saves her at the buzzer. And that was move 3. Done deal. Chashi asks if she's down for round 2. Shaking. She quits. The sky flips back to chill mode. She's done throwing hands. But gotta ask one thing. Lee asks how he did it. Felt like fighting a literal god. Chashi nods. She was right to flex her skills in that zone. Way stronger than any basic human, for sure. Normal triggers her. She asks what level he grinded to. Finally, our main guy admits it was a solid brawl. So he'll join Aurora. Cost, loot info, and materials. But strictly freelance. No official badge for him. Allies only. Dude hates taking orders from bosses. Lee nods. Just one rule. He can never, ever, join the Twilight Guild. Period. He swears on his Supreme Sword Emperor title. Lee thinks it's cringe. Also, Chashi says, quit stalking me, okay? Final warning. Vice Pris swears she won't mess this up. Then he rips his shirt. Apparently, that's an apology. Chashi admits he trolled her just to see a pro hunter fight. For a sec, he looks kinda shy, but she's chill. It let her go, full beast mode on him. Curious, he asks why she picked the assassin build. Lee answers, 'cause I badly needed to delete someone once. Topic closed. He remembers the old quest logs on how to get back home. Chashi vibes with her thirst for revenge. A ride waits by the dirt road, the driver stressing until she hops in. You good? He saw her shadow dance. She sighs, didn't even scratch him. Figures, dude's way past normal levels. She's 0 mana now. Worst part, didn't even land a hit. No clue how he blocked. Lee admits she got wrecked. He asked if she's sending the new guy to the fest. Vice Prez nods. He's our ace, against Park. She recalls being told to follow him, the martial god. Without Chai, doomed. Meanwhile, Hero gets home. Before he speaks, Sistako hugs him. He can't. You don't even tell why, but she's basically crushing his ribs. She bans him from leaving or doing anything sketch. Scared he'll ghost her again. Shashi gets it, but drops the bomb. I'm gonna be a hunter. Sis is not happy. Our boy? Explains Lai Ji gave him this magic cube thingy. It opens his stats. Chashi grabs the loot. Instantly, it glows and starts dusting away. Even he's bummed that, wait, nothing's happening? Heian is grumbling, totally convinced Lee is a scammer, but his sis just tells him to open his status window already. Pop, 2 screens. One screams max level, the other level 1, no class. Weird flex. The orange Muram interface, that's for his eyes only. Private show, but the blue one on the flip side shows his public hunter stats. Sis peeks at his class slot and literally gasps in shock. Then she starts cheering. You're not a hunter. That's actually great news. See, this world runs on 6 main character classes. Warriors, tanks, mages, healers, archers, and rogues. You pick a starter main, stuck for life. Then upgrade to advanced jobs later. Like Chotten Sul started with a bow. Now he's a elite sharpshooter. But our guy got zipped. To her, that's proof. He's total NPC material. Sure, normies can hunt, but without skills. Good luck with that. That's why she's praying. He just rage quits right now. Hunters need XP to grind levels and unlock sick combat moves. Classless folks, they gotta learn moves the hard way. Manual mode. FYI, the cheapest basic melee skill cube costs 20 million. 1 ouch. Class is auto level. You're stuck in a pay-to-win nightmare. Big problem. Our boy is broke as a joke. Wait, he remembers? Lee is his sugar sponsor. Saved. Bad luck for Sissy, didn't fold. Without that deal, he'd be cooked. But hold up, there's a twist. Being a Muriam god means nothing here. Earth thinks he has 0 talent. They're at Chiak Mountains for the Aurora Guild's tutorial. Or rather, ... the bunny blasting raid. Suddenly, an arrow turns a fluff ball into confetti. Heijan thinks, going full tryhard on rabbits is cringe. Sis warns that rookies get cocky here and get wrecked. See that Lundstone? Packed with raw nature juice. It's big money, and the reason we ditched nuclear plants. Dunnel nags him to watch out. Dungeons are chaotic. Blink and you miss. It wipes out a whole squad of buns. She's annoyed because he's totally tuning her out. Realization hits. Using martial arts gives him 0 hunter XP. Hyam checks his stats, wondering if he messed up. He only got a basic dagger skill. Lame. Sis roasts him. You wanted a freebie? You got D-rank trash. She doesn't know the deal, but screams, that lady is playing you. The hero keeps ghosting her, looking super triggered. Even she senses the vibe get dark. He catches her hand before she touches him. Don't you have places to be? She freezes. 337 rabbits. His radar locks onto all of them. Way too precise for a supposed beginner, she thinks. And with that, her bro just walks off. Shashi is cringing hard. A sword god forced to use noob skills. Grodes, even worse, the system branded him a jobless loser. He swings his blade, charging up some serious mojo. Boom, he lands hard enough to leave a crater. The bunny squad gives him the suck. Sis is yelling, but he's just picturing rabbit stew. Save the rage, fam. Suddenly, red alerts spam his vision. Tutorials, for him. He's annoyed at the hand-holding. Okay, playtime's officially dead. The fluff balls go full beast mode and rush him. Trying to school him? Please. He slices M up like veggies. Hunters appeared 14 years ago. They're a century behind his level. Ping. More system notifications pop up. New unlock. Dagger tech. Now that's fresh. Shashi's like, yo sis, translate these pop. Can't read this tiny font. Make it bigger. She's freaking out. Relax. Just a glitch. He lies. But she's confused. How's he a steer with a sword already? Wait, something caught his eye. So, passive skills, grant XP. He asks, she nods. Dude looks straight up delighted. His skill is basically god mode, way beyond perfect. Shashi figures. This makes life way easier. Time to strike. Bam! Energy, wave. Looks like martial arts grind XP too. Guess that's how the top rankers got so OP. Like Park, they all snagged unique cheats. Sis eyes her bow, then begs. Bro, teach me to fight. She admits, she kinda knew he was cracked. Now it's facts. She remembers that red dungeon mess. Gotta level up or history repeats itself. No more regrets for her. She knows she never matches insane power though. Before the waterworks start, he's like, sure, I'll train you. His first perfect excuse to stick around and keep her safe. With that drama sorted, follow the master, he says, and they dash across the field. What's the play now? She asks. Sticking to hunter skills. Sudden bunny, ambush. Our guy instantly readies up. Unleashes a martial arts combo one. Hit. Lights out. Who knows about the hunter life? He shrugs. He knows the grind now, but he wants a legit class skill. If Lee evolved mixing styles, he needs a custom fit too. Suddenly, pure genius strikes him. Bro hops up, hovering over the bunnies. Charges a blast in his hand. Martial arts skills are trash now, and mixing other stuff is a total pain. But magic? One shot, and boom, whole field is toast. Sis thinks he's being impulsive, but honestly, he's stoked. Magic gives him way more plays to make. So yeah, mage build it as Gunsel panics, cause he can't just pick a class. But he ignores the drama. Tried both systems, and wow, they're wildly different. The Murim setup, totally useless here. Garbage. Sis is just glad she can stop pinching pennies for a bit. Hunter UI is chill and helpful. Like, totally different devs made these. The Hunter setup pays out fast. Grind a bit. Get buff. Easy. Murim mode is a grind fest death trap. Super slow leveling. The Celestial Goddess is this big deal legend. Who whipped up the heavenly cultivation arts? Waking in that cave? He didn't know. Finding that book was pure RNG luck? By that logic, she gifted the Hunter system to us? Then it clicks. The Celestial God made the Murim system. Thanks to Lee, it's been a month since our guys started dungeon crawling. Fighting that chicken felt like home. Nothing says Korea like poultry. Just like that, he hits level 20. Sis is memorizing 365 vessels. She is channeling. She's too old for combat. But hey, there's a workaround. Sis gets nosy and asks what his plan is. He tells her to cough up all the blood she wants. Freaks her out, obviously. He blasts open her key points. She struggled big time after that. She nearly singed his hair off a couple of times. Vice director says he's killing it. Time to make the deal official. He laughs. She really doesn't beat around the bush. He mentions she's been quiet. Lee leans in close and asks for a date. Shocked him. Even if it's the first time a girl asks, he turns her down flat. Lee notes a level 10 dungeon in boot. Need level 50 just to enter. So, no noobs allowed. Except our boy. Cha asks why she'd duo a death trap like that. She wants to claim the dungeon, sure, but she also wants to power level the hero, ASAP. He asks if she's carrying him. She jokes he doesn't sound like a Muriam geezer. Dude asks why she's so obsessed with his gains. The vice leader pauses before spilling the tea. She mentions the Solar Festival, big yearly guild event. It's a battle for the top spot in Korea. Supposed to bring peace, but really, just a flexing contest to see who's strongest. These two guilds are totally beefing over dungeons, 24/7s. And nobody knows the real tea because it's super hot. Cheshi Heian is dying to know why. Figuring it's not just turf wars, she drops the bomb. It's all Park's fault. Dude just snapped and started attacking Aurora like a total psycho. Apparently, he's forcing everyone to stand some celestial god. Our boy loses it and screams at her to spill the whole story. But Lisa's like, I only know Park got a DM from Merm. He's annoyed. He can't check status windows to see if people are capping. The vice leader can't believe he's ghosting everyone over a single text message. Plus, before our heroes showed up, only those two had visited Mer. Chashi is confused. Then Lee begs him to rep Aurora at the festival. Twilight Guild has been stealing the spotlight lately, mainly cause they're bullying their way into every dungeon. If this imbalance gets exposed at the fest, it could kill Aurora, especially since our hero took out their director. But Chashi still doesn't get why she's obsessed with him leveling up as a hunter. Lee says the Solar Fest is viral. She knows he hates attention. Or maybe he thinks he can solo the entire world. So for the fest, he's gotta stick to basic hunter moves. He owes her big time, so he's stuck. She basically decides for him. We're talking 6 mage skills here, plus 2 high-level ones and a sorcerer bonus. Chashi realizes he's gonna have to throw hands with Park eventually. So this deal is actually a total win for him. Then a contract flies over. We got laws here, so he has to sign. Just a little paperwork, confirming payment and that he's working for Aurora now. He realizes he needs a guild, since freelancers can't enter the fest. Basically, he needs a legit business badge. To get those cubes worth more than a mansion, he better sign fast. Turns out, this was her master plan all along. Chashi needs a guild name just for the paperwork. He can pick whatever, but he types in no limits. They warp to the mission. He only leaves the house for dungeons. I swear, this one's called the Bird Monsters of Boot. Weird flex. Lee Ji says these things are weak, solo, but there's like A zillion of them here. Chashi sends his 3,000 with his Kai and gets hyped. More XP. He whips out a light spear and zaps the flying creeps. Lee is shook because he literally just learned that move. Heroes like mana, ki, same diff to me, bro. She warns him not to gas out, but he bets his battery won't die. High-end wonders. Do dungeons just spam the same mob type? Buddy nods, yes, but Hero thinks that's totally sus. Lee notes thousands popped up since dungeons started 14 years back, and 0 mixed mobs ever recorded. Not once. Wham! Something wrecks the bird monster against the wall. Big dragon screams. Meanwhile, dude casually feeds fish by the lake. Back at the crib, in Suwa, home of the Twilight Guild boss Park, Tahoon, his minion. Kim Cholo says Aurora's VP is acting super sus. Intel says she's simping for a rookie, raiding dungeons, non-stop. Bossman barely blinks, totally unimpressed. Sidekick keeps yapping. The noob is actually Gildy's bro who vanished for 14 years and just That wakes Park up. Where was he hiding? Kim checks his notes, sweating. No clue. But Aurora's ex-boss didn't just retire. He ghosted after fighting this rookie over his kid. Park says, he's toast. Assistant looks skeptical. Boss claims Heian deleted him, proving our heroes from your Hero stares down the wreck creeps. Heian feels spamming these skills, it's different than Mareem hacks, but Lee scolds him for enjoying it. He's been raging for an hour. Surely his mana bar is empty. Shashi. Heian tries to drop some knowledge on her, mentions a skill that swaps HP for mana points. Says Mareem gave him a god mode bod with infinite hacks and HP, but Lee is totally confused, so he dumbs it down for her. Dude has unlimited battery life. Different style, same result when you're OP level max. Basically, he's maxed out stats. Nothing he can't do. Flex oval. Heian goes to solo the boss. Lee figures with this beast. The festival is easy mode. Mob tries to ambush her but gets instant code. She decides to focus on securing that bag. Sky's full of baddies, but Lee slices them in seconds. She clutches a cliff, then parkours off the rock. VP jumps mob to mob, deleting them one by one. Reaches the cliff edge, but the grind never ends. Endless spawn. She's totally reporting this dungeon as bug later. She is abusing the perfect meta team for this run. Squad check. Mage Archer, Cleric, Scout, but the vibes are totally off. Suddenly, giant dragons crash the party from above. Besides being huge, mixing mob types in one dungeon is super sus. Almost got squashed, but she yeets herself to safety. Another dives in. Time to charge up some magic. Surprise attack from behind. She gets smacked midair. Lee realizes these things are running on demon hacks. Whole system is bugged. She barely clutches a save. Main character was literally camping for this moment. Lee is salty he knew about the mobs and lied about the boss. Dude claims he was saving the best for last. Classic. Shashi knows she lagged from shock, but says she can solo this. Then asks about dinner options. Lee's like, bro, read the room. Shashihane flexes fire magic. In one hand, lightning in the other. New skill unlock. He baited them. Every dragon who grows onto him. It's raining dead monsters. Total mess. Lee expects spells, but he starts throwing hands. Punks wizard. Shashi insists it's magic. Lee is just shook. Portal opens. Infinite respawn glitch. More dragons. She rushes to help, but he's AFK, letting them surround him. She spams her attack skill, trying to make an exit, but the mobs aren't budging. They're tanking hits. Big dragons using little ones as shields. Lee screams his name, then it clicks. Small ones aren't bots. The big bosses are controlling them. That's why they suicide block. She knows the meta now. Focus the big guys. Banish her bestie. Lee recalls Shashi's face. He face-tanked that on purpose. Not knowing his plan is super tilting. She wants to assist, but this difficulty spike is insane. Then, big brain moment. While they're distracted, she hitches a ride on a dragon. Plan, find the leader. Reality, mid-air collision. Free-falling. She targets another beast. Stabs a dagger into grip. They finally notice. Too late. She pops Shadow Dance. Except he brought friends unfair. Endless grinding. Suddenly, a spell zooms past. Kaboom! Lee can't compute that damage output. Hero is spamming divine swords, way more than normal. She's watching a live op compilation. Shashi says he's bored of playing Hunter. Summons thousands of swords. Laser light show of doom. Seconds later, total wipeout. GG. But one question remains. If this glitch hits another dungeon, we're totally cooked. The danger ratings. Yeah, basically useless. Now, squads will get wiped. Who cares about the Solar Fest? But Park. He's definitely gonna milk this situation. One slip and Twilight crushes M. Lee is totally lost. She's spacing out when something pops in her face. Heian's like, wake up, and shows her a weird rock. He tells her it's a skill stone, and get this, Boss drop means boss powers. But Lee is still a vice captain shouts over. She's got some gossip. Month later, kids chatting about the fest and some new. Turns out, our main character blew up online. They call him Aurora's cheat code. Kim realizes he is completely screwed. Twilight meeting is chaos. Who is this viral rookie? One guy didn't even see the guildmaster sitting there. Boss is chill, but says, sit. Guy obeys, totally red. Leader thinks Aurora played their ace card too fast. Real or fake, doesn't matter. Taking him out now? Kim's in the cafe, sweating bullets. Super nervous. Checks his watch every 2 seconds. Where is he? Guest arrives, and Kim practically jumps up. He's just stoked. The guy actually showed up. Hyan scans the room. Ignores the handshake at first. Finally, he grabs the guy's hand. Asks, you, Kim, then remembers to act polite. Kim thinks this guy is being super rude, but Kim wants that info. Starts grilling him. While Hyan wonders if Twilight is a total clown show, Kim drops a magical little silence gadget right on the table. Clicks it. Boom. Instant privacy bubble. Zero noise. Hero laughs. Why so secretive? My guy? Kim cuts to the chase. Join our guild. Hyan's like, I'm already cool with Aurora. Kim says, we know they pay you to. We tracked your dungeon runs with Lee. We know it all. But we also know you didn't sign their contract. You went solo and just stayed friendly with them. Knowing that, Kim thinks he sees a gap, offers a deal. We'll give you way more stuff. Hyan actually changes his mind. The guy's sales pitch was honestly fire. Kim tries to show papers, but Hero says no. Says, came for the tea. But this is boring. I'm out. Kim scrambling to save the deal, claiming he'll bank major cash if he skips the fest. But Hyan is like, aside. From owing Lee, big time. He hates taking LS. Kim still blocks the exit though. Dude had way more to spill. Some guy asks the aide why he's zoning out. Turns out, the boss was creeping there the whole time. Park thinks back to his one order for Kim. Stall him, he'd said. Park was eavesdropping on the whole. Kim starts with the sorries, but Park cuts him off. Too late for that. Park saw something sus. He bounces, wondering, who exactly is this kid? Lee gets the tea on the meeting and figures Park is absolutely salty. Our boy figures Park probably clocked his origins, but his rep is Loki, so it's chill. Walked into the diner and boom felt Park, flexing his aura instantly. Lee reckons Park will lay off for a bit, since his scheme flopped. Hero asks for an update. The vice leader reports 0 accidents so far. For now, anyway. He flashes back to her, thanking him for slaying the boss and saving her life. Need anything else? He asks. She says, nope, all good. But she clocks he sounds kinda bummed. Before he can reply, Sis calls. Time to roll, she says. He hangs up fast. They're heading to the cemetery. Family pic behind glass. Sis tells Dad, bro's finally back. But our guy just watches from the sidelines. Huge mistake coming here. He's changed way too much. Can't even squeeze out a tear. Not even here. Didn't want Sis seeing this cold robot side. Totally useless. Sis asks, do you feel nothing? You don't look sad at all. She snaps. Say something. Sorry, is all he's got. He can't be the guy she needs anymore. And that just wrecks her. She screams that he just doesn't get it. She just wanted one thing. A childhood memory hits her. Why is he so icy now? She doesn't understand. He feels like a stranger. But whatever. She's over it. She's been solo for ages anyway. She storms off. Regret hits hard. Why did he change so much? He'd love to know why this stuff happens to him too. Suddenly, ping, a status window pops up. It asks why he's still playing human. He's confused. System says, stop faking it. Want to make a new deal? Greedy much, but now he knows it's the celestial god speaking. Tech says it'll end him. He ain't backing down, vows to find and wreck this god. Challenge accepted, says the screen. Then, poof, gone. Bro's in deep thought again. A reset is scary, since his sis is his whole world. Sean realizes she's all alone. He didn't chase her. Days later, a hype MC pops up, looking stoked. She screams that the moment we've all been thirsty. Watch Heroes Raid, Dungeons and Smash Monsters is finally here. It's go time. The massive Korean bash everyone's been hyping up. The Solarfest kicks off now, meant for guild vibes, but mostly so fans can watch hunters throw hands. MC thinks this feels totally like the Olympics. Crowds obsess over hunters. They're basically IRL movie stars to them. Solarfest's goal? Make scary hunters look chill and friendly. Lee spots the hero, acting kinda Ditching her tea, she gets real. Did you beef with Chia? No shocker, they showed up looking salty together. She knows he messed up. He begs, find me a crib, far away, super quiet. Confused at first, she freezes when he mentions the DM from Merm. He ain't 100%, but thinks a god is hunting him down. MC has zero clue how this brawl ends. but wants his sis out of it. Lee's brain is just spinning. Like, none of this adds up. Ghosting his sis for her good is weird, but he thinks she doesn't need a messy bro. Just like she said, the guy she knew vanished. Maybe he should have stayed in Mim. Lee is sick of his trash talk and decks him. She hates dealing with other peeps' drama. But if her bro said that, she'd totally clock him too. She snaps, I know your sis better than you do, dummy. Some dude looks for Chanil, finding Lee in a cringe spot. Don't bail, Lee warns, leaving the kids just standing there, shook. Dude just got slapped by reality. Before the games, the MC hypes, the opening show, enter Jan Janho, Aurora's paladin boss, and Rogue VP. Some chick whispers they were squad mates once. Now, a hand reaches out to greet the VP. Lee almost rages but manages a chill sup to Park. She notes her replacement. That little kid got huge. Guy gets salty, but his boss holds him back. Pot claps back, hearing she wastes time babysitting rookies. She hears a threat to cut her bonds again. Like she's scared? She just smirks, taking it as a compliment. Real talk, she's accepting the duel. Solarfest is live, first match already popping off. Warrior unleashes a flurry strike combo. Girl struggles to shield block. Warrior sees an opening and spears and she can't tank it and takes the L. Match 5 goes to Twilight. Dude used a dull spear but still absolutely wrecked his foe. Park is vibing with the win, even if it dragged on way too long against a total new. Lee thinks he's seriously full of himself, obviously. Bossman decides to dip, hoping the next fight isn't such a snooze fest. Lee just watches, curious. The VP is lurking by the exit. Rove asks when to finish Lay, but Park says, chill out, her turn's coming. Right now, he's obsessing over you. Just wants to say hey. MC shouts out the Archer survival mode. Totally hyped to see the sharpshooters go crazy. She asks her bestie, who he's betting on. Commentators, young and talented, despite that Red Wolf dungeon mess. A few salty teammates ask why the VP put her in charge after that drama. Yoon-Saw hears it and snaps. Say that to my face. Cowards. The two haters zip their lips real quick. They slink away, looking totally pathetic. Yoon-Saw's looking completely fried though. She hasn't texted her bro since that day. Pure anxiety, fuel. Then she gets a message that someone's here. She braces herself. Ooh, it's just the VP asking if she's good. Yoon-Saw sus. But Lee claims she's just hyping the team. Says she brought the main character, but Lee instantly knows she hit a nerve. Knowing the TVP says, just talk to him girl. Why you meddling? Yoon-Saw asks. Lee says she protects her assets. She thinks the VP is totally controlling her brother. She blames Lee for her bro wanting to go full hunter mode, right? When life finally got chill? He shouldn't be here. Why get stronger? Makes zero sense. Avi, her brother is hiding some big secrets. Tearing up, she says, he's not the guy she knew. He's basically an ice block now. Announcer screams the Archer trial is starting. Yoon-Saw apologizes to leave. Lee goes. He didn't want to change. Says she went through the same hell as him. Claims he fell into a nightmare and got stuck there. You don't come back from that kind of trauma. Normal. And he hides that dark side from his sis. But Yoon-Saw thinks it's weird hearing this from her, not him. Feels like she's not trusted. Unlike Lee, who's on his level. As Yoon-Saw walks off, the VP glances at someone nearby. Turns out, he was lurking. They're listening to it all. He won't admit it, but he loves his sis. Too much to bail. Lee thinks he's acting just like Park. She yanks his collar, screaming that Yoon-Sul ain't just some helpless kid anymore, so he needs to quit lying. Lee figures keeping secrets is totally toxic for their vibe. The VP drags him along to peep aside of Yoon-Sul. He's clueless about. Pop goes to flare. Creeps start crawling out of the rubble. It showed him the 6 guild masterminds are about to throw down. Park's shaking in his boots over his own special surprise. Game on. Charlie buzzes in on the comms. Target acquired, fam. Team Golf screams they're throwing hands 200 meters out. Yoon-Sul recalls the bro drama and goes full rage mode. It stings that he trusted Lee over his own sis. Major ouch. Chase alerts pop up, but she's too busy stewing on the fight. She spies a baddie, but the squad says, nah, too far, girl. 300 meters is crazy far, but she YOLOs it. Anyway, she juices up her arrow, activating her aimbot hacks. Target spots it coming but too late to dodge. Boom. Another Twilight scrub gets booted from the lobby. Got him? She smirks. Her team's jaws hit the floor. Yoon-Saw is just done, being treated like a total flashback. Everyone pitied the poor orphan girl. They said her bro was dead, but she knew he was chilling somewhere. Then she saw the breaking news. World's going bonkers. Some goddess said, level up or die. Humans. With literal monsters appearing, bro being alive seemed plausible. After barely passing aptitude quiz, she snagged the Archer class and a free ride to but then some jerk dumps milk on her head. So rude. Bullies love targeting the parentless kid. Haters were salty. She got into school for free. Before a bully boy speak, lunch tray to the face. Don't be jelly, she laughs. Wait till your folks croak. Guy keeps yapping, so she says, catch me outside. Fast forward. Top of class. Joined Aurora Guild. Like a boss. Blue Beast rushes her. She blocks, fumbling for an arrow. Finally grabs it and stabs the monster. Messy but effective. Classic Yoon Sol. Saving her own skin again. Lee arrives late to help. Yeah? Thanks for nothing, dude. The VP asks who the rookie is. She replies instantly. Boss noticed her swag, so she got promoted super fast. Back then, that guy Sue totally hated her guts. Whatever. It all helped her main quest anyway. She just wanted to get swa and mentally tough for solo life. She grinds 24/7. She glances at her fanpic locket. Feels like a waste, now since bro ditched her for Lee. Bro is OP, sure, but Yoonsol isn't some weakling either. She finally chills out after her little fit. It's weirdly quiet. She radios that she's moving spots. Then she spots it. A volley of arrows incoming. Bummer. She fails to dodge and takes a direct hit. The enemy squad radios that they've found her. No stab wound, but those blunt tips still hurt like crazy. Seriously. These guys are playing way too rough. Their leader realizes there's zero cell service here. Yuen Sol laughs. Like she needs a rescue squad, please. She tosses the arrow, knocks her bow, and screams. Bring it. The enemy leader shouts the attack order. Arrows rain down, but she's already leaping over the mess. Skill. Time. Her bow glows, multiplying her ammo by magic. Now it's her turn to make it rain. She misses one guy, but he's too frozen by fear to move. He can't believe she wrecked them with just training gear. See, snipers usually camp far away. Marksmen hold zones, but rangers, they're the agile beasts. Even hurting Yoon Sol is ready to mop up the leftovers. Suddenly, another baddie tries to jump her while she's open. She sidesteps like a pro, letting him miss, then fires. Her energy blast flies out, barely grazing the guy. Joke's on him, it's a boomerang shot. It loops back unseen. Before he knows it. Smack, right in the back. Another one bites the dust. Now, it's down to a dramatic 101 showdown. Intense staring contest, until the guy she shot stands up. He goes for a cheap shot at her back. Arrow, incoming. Worst part, she didn't even see it coming. Suddenly, her bro's martial arts lectures pop into her head. Like a boss, she snatches the arrow mid-flight. He's shook. She rushes him fast and lands a monster punch. Yeah, he is definitely staying down this time. She figures there's just one loser left to deal with. She's about to wreck him, but he cries and quits. Then backup lands. Before he can blink, he takes a training arrow to the dome. Her squad rushes over, thanking her for carrying them. She rolls her eyes and grumbles. Took you guys long enough. Round 6 ends, and Team Aurora takes the dub. The camera's cut out, so nobody saw the clutch, but word spreads. Even those judgy critics have to admit she was fire. Truth is, she admits, she just hates asking for help. Turns out, she's got clairvoyant skills, thanks to her bro. High above, in a chopper. The MC was watching the show. Lee is grinning with pride, and obviously Hyam is stoked too. He cracks a joke about her kung fu saving the day. Turns out he's clueless about sis, but she's tough. So he vows to quit treating her like a total baby. Bottom line, he's super proud of the kid. Lee hopes the stream died, but Park totally saw her ninja moves. Next day at the theme park, Sister Mancy admits she crushed it, but he acts all cool, like whatever. She figures since he's top dog in the whole world, he's bored. Plus, she ran dry on mana. Nope. 2. She was an absolute beast. Better yet, she's blazing her own trail. He says sorry for the secrets. Just wanted to play big bro. Truth is, he misses the tiny kid. She was so much he missed that she's all grown up. He admits he hunts the guy who dragged him here. Thinks max stats are key. Minus dragging Sis along. Sis teases that spilling his guts wasn't hard. She just wants a promise he won't ghost her again. And he's got to say it loud and clear. She says his lies made her feel totally dumped. He gets it, so he seals it with a pinky swear. Before wrapping up, he drops one last bomb. His title ain't lame. It's Supreme Sword Emperor. She tells him to get lost. Battle starts in 1 hour. Now, it's our hero's turn to hit the game. Cha asks if he's really rocking that fit. He says it's cozy, but wonders why they targeted her. Cha says it's standard drama for guilds to beef, but this time was super bold. Just proves she's the MVP of Aurora, he thinks. Yup, we're related. Gets him thinking about that, God's creepy threat. Later, Aurora's boss pulls up to meet him. Lee swears he'll lead the charge in the big fight. After intros, the boss goes to check the squad. Cha asks if that's the weak boss Lee hid from her. Guys, level 60. She telewarns, no even though he's sure no one would notice. He promises to play nice. Before she dips, he thanks her for this assist. Lee looks relieved and wishes him luck. The crew sees bosses leave and strikes up. Chat is saying they've heard heaps about him, but he's zoned out, stressing why they jumped sis. Then a total buzzkill crashes the party. Park acts all shocked to catch the squad chilling. MC figures the Twilight boss is basically a god. So yeah, this guild leader isn't a joke. Park claims he just stopped by to say hi. No one buys it, so he spills the tea. He's here to scout the hot rookie. The enemy boss hits our guy with a fake welcome. Grinning like a creep, he pretends they've never met. MC plays along with the lie. Totally new to me, bro. Park thought he'd sense some power vibes, but nope, he's confused. He needed proof. Our boy taught Chansol. The dude, Shashi, claims he only recognizes the sidekick. Our hero sarcastically says it sucks, they aren't best. Then he thanks Park for messing with his sis. Pure sass. He makes it clear. Payback is gonna hurt. Park says, bring it. Shashi doesn't care. Nobody touches sis. He swears he's gonna give the crowd a show. ... and completely wreck the other team. Total wipeout. The MC hypes the crowd. Thanks for waiting, fam. It's time. Aurora versus the fans are losing their minds. Repping Aurora first up is ... the viral rookie everyone is obsessing over. Shashi, big boss of Limitless. What a flex. An outsider repping the guild. Nobody knows him. It's key. Next for Twilight. The mage with the ... Fire King vibes. Draconic legend so dramatic. Shashi laughs at the cringe intro. Let the games begin. Park wants the fight to drag on to CMC's skills. Rue knows the drill, but his enemy's already airborne. Floating is pretty basic, but ... The announcer thinks it's a weird way to start. Boss is confused. Lee knows, he's just showing off. Maedru is level 50. Same tier as Sia King. If MC used martial arts, this would be a cakewalk. But sticking to hunter skills makes it kinda tricky. Shashi is level 53, but a total noob here. Plus, he's watched. Park is obviously just ... thirsty to see the martial arts. Too bad. So sad. Our boy launches the attack. Let's go. Rue pops a shield instantly. Defensive much. Mage is confused by the noob attacks. He burns him away. He stays chill though. He's got a cheat code. Ready? This class has 3 paths. First, the crafty non, then the elemental nerd, the arc, finally, the warlock, classless wizard, more freaky, supernatural vibes. They're usually stuck on support duty, but some unlock crazy damage builds. But Rue, chillin' in the backline, definitely isn't his aesthetic. He tells the main character to bring the heat or go home. Boom, a spicy kick sends our boy flying, feeling the sizzle on his skin. Then comes the big kaboom. Ryu's flexing that rare melee fire build he's been grinding since day one. Shashi used to think he was the only mage repping mer. Now he gets why Rue gave him the Iki there. Basically twins. One last warning before Ju pops his ultimate ability. Show me what you got, he screams, totally losing it. Fire dragon, incoming. Shashi decides to hit him with a plot twist. One casual swipe, and the magic is sliced. Rue face plants into the dirt. He's shook. Even the announcer lady's brain just crashed. She claims the fire vanished, but the crowd saw something sus. To them, it looked like flames got squashed by God mode. Aurora's boss asks Lee what the heck happened? She wants to end him, but admits she's totally clueless too. Park is watching in dead silence, but the dude is about to lose his marbles. Mike Lady says, Ryu's best shot didn't even scratch the MC, and that fact is gonna make Rue absolutely brain off. Consequences ignored. He rushes in blindly. Shashi roasts the mage for tilting just because he saw the skill gap. Rue whiffs, a kick, then spams. Attacks like crazy. Blocked. Blocked. Nobody expected to see? 2 wizards throwing hands like street fighters in a mosh pit. Shashi's like, bro, you're shaking. Your footwork is trash. Wrong leg, clumsy moves, you're wide open. He taunts. To him, this isn't a duel, it's a total clown show. Rue doesn't get how he's getting owned this hard, but Shashi admits he's been grinding martial arts on the side. He asks if that's seriously all Ryu's got in the tank. Dragon ego, tiny ant, muscles. The mage swears he'll toast him. Right then, our hero backs up. The fire keeps cranking up higher. Rue vows to win, even if he cooks himself alive to do it. Waltz of 10 fire dragons. Flames go wild, but the MC is bored. Still, he admits the attack is gonna be annoying. Dragons eat up the whole arena. Crowd sweats. Legis spectates, actually surprised for once. But the big move just bonks off Shashi's shield. MC says this is why he hates dealing with He's not vibing with this sauna session either. Then the dragons get yeeted around until they fizzle out completely. Hyen tells Rue to quit while he still has teeth. Even the announcers, brain is fry guys too. She bets the hero's hacking gravity or something. Mage drops. Crowd is shook by the gravity flex. Basically, Rue is totally toast. BAM, gut punch, 0, chill. He goes flying. Hyen's like, next please. Park asks, Who's up? It's night. Boss yells. Bust out the cheat code weapon. The Twilight Lance. Specifically made to wreck mages. Dude's got a perfect streak, obviously. Magic proof. But maybe the rookie gets lucky. Hero just hopes the hype isn't fake news. Heian's cocky, but feels a vibe shift. Fight on. Joy buffs up and rushes. Hero says, nope. Mick laughs. Where's the fire, buddy? Heian chucks energy balls. Boom. Blue smoke everywhere. Choi tanks. Yeah. Zeroes in instantly. Almost got him, but Heian, nope's out of range. Koi's not just buff, he's crazy fast. Hero flies up. Night pole vaults after him. Blocked, but snap, barrier breaks. Smack down hard. Even Heian goes, not bad. Been ages since he got floored. Back to it. If he could use Kung Fu, game over. Gotta admit, this guy's legit. Time to show who's the real boss. Gravity spike, Night buckles, Park's just chilling. He's laughing. Choi props up and muscles through. Dude's walking like gravity's a suggestion. He stalks. Gravity tricks won't save you. Says he'll crush him. Heian just giggles. Broa, who said this was gravity? Flick of the wrist. Choi gets ragdolled and smashed. The big shots are totally gagged. Park's mute. Commentary booth is dead silent. Ain't gravity. Crowd's confused. What is that? Heian gives props. Night's still twitching. Solid. He spills the tea. It's yin-yang attraction. Magnet powers. Basically, a human magnet on steroids. Simple, right? Then he chucks a rock at his dome. Choi grins. Big mistake, pal. He stands up. You got too close, rookie. Park explains why Choi is the ultimate mage killer. It's all about this skill. If Chashi's just a mage, Koi's gonna wreck him. His hand creeps in. Park knows it's basically GG right now. Lee's flipping out over the drama. Then a pop-up alerts our main guy. Boom, no magic for the next 10 seconds. Talk about an... Even Chashi is totally clueless on how to handle this glitch. VP yells counterspell, but the Knight's shy about showing off that move. He says the boss thinks Chashi is sus and his gravity hacks are too risky. So the command is to straight up delete him from the server. MC didn't see that coming, but manages a sick dodge just in time. Choi screams, behold my ult, the counterspell. That's why mages get owned by him. The crowd goes dead silent. Park claims Chashi's too chill to flex. Lee is losing his mind. The VP pings the MC and practically begs him to bolt. Don't waste Kung Fu on this. Chashi hates that vibe though. Knight winds up for round 2. Running is for noobs, he warns. Can our hero tank a hit that knocks down skyscrapers? Knight jumps him, but MC ain't picturing a loss screen here. He's like, who is feeding you this garbage info? Chashi drops his chi. Lee and Park feel those vibes hard. Aurora's boss worries his VP is gonna hurl from the pressure. Park is shook by that heavenly martial arts flex. It is a quake like nothing he has ever felt before. Knight pushes on, but gets debuffed until he realizes it's bad. He is confused. My skill is still active. Bro, next thing, energy chains have got him locked down tight. Not magic, it is fists. Choshi says, ask Park if you are curious. MC says he almost raged when told to run away like a coward. So dumb. He thinks it is dope. Choi can actually see this. It is Mental Sword, a level 40 power move, but the blade is just pure willpower, made real. Max level, one thought ends you or splits the sky in half. Too easy is boring though. The chains, let the Knight go. Chashi is teaching a class. Bam, one hit deletes Choi instantly. The Knight goes, absolute E. Hero hopes Park is taking notes. This is martial arts, dude. Choi is a missile now. Bones turn to dust by that kick. Park is mute. Knight crashes out. Totally code on the floor. Hero is hyped to finally use his fists again after so long. And the dub goes to Chashi. MC dipped from other matches, saying out of mana. Guys, but Aurora took the fest, 3-2-2. The web is buzzing about the rookie he rivals Park in power. Twilight tanked in ranks, while Aurora hit number 1. The assistant is stressing over his boss, big time. No reply. Park is alone, room trashed by his rage. Quit. Dude is totally shook, frozen, and humiliated. He saw the power gap. Park's got zero chance. So the boss is gonna play dirty now. Gloves off, no mercy. He dips to call his aide. Road trip to the war god. A week later, Aurora's PR team is cooked. Phones blowing up about Cha, and he ain't even signed. Is Lee Gi dating the rookie? Bro got super triggered. The meeting room is straight up chaos. Staff are screaming their heads off. 328 calls and 800 letters. For him, reporters, simps, and sponsors, craven clout. Hero said nope to all. Except one. Report's done. Then someone hollers from outside. They need the chief. But he looks so done with life. Lee asks, diggin' the fame. MC's like, nah, hate the noise. Cha says, thank the chief, he's carrying you. Late, but Lee wants to say, my bad. She blocked his kung fu out of ego. Big oof. She was worried too, just a bit. Cha goes, underestimated me. Hilarious. Real talk, MC doesn't care if Park saw his moves. Twilight's boss felt the gap. He knows he's beat. He'll ghost him. But MC's still mad about Sis. Lee smirks. Finally, AW. Switching gears, Twilight is toast. Perk vanished. Everyone's sliding into Aurora's. Her guild is #1 in Korea, thanks to him. Official props from Vice Lead to the Limitless boss. Chez, happy she's acting normal again. Handshake. I'm still your problem for a bit. Hero checks the time. Yikes. Late. Sis is probably stressing. Lee? Why Jigu Island? You rejected everyone else. Local dungeons are a snooze. 0x. Plus, Jigu is perfect for a fam vac. Chow waves. See ya in a month. If he knew the drama coming, he'd have stayed home. Airport vibes. Cha Noonal is hype. Sis is thrilled. First time on Jigu. MC's just happy to see her smiling. Making plans when someone shouts, "It's Tama Gil." The welcome squad is shook. Awkward silence. Everyone just froze. Tried to ghost him, but dude's got hacks. Bam, he's grabbing my hand. Then he spills the beans on his identity. He's Skim, Tamnus boss. Sis is shook, a kid running the guild. Then he drops a massive truth bomb. He's a total stan, wants my autograph for his shrine later. Hearing this fanboy I just want to teleport home. He clocks Sis as Aurora's rep and his idol's sibling. Minion checks the watch and pokes the baby boss. Chill time's over. We're late, so he'll spill tea en route. I'm salty about being dragged, but Kim drags anyway. He promises a tour, oblivious to the creeper spying on us. Radio guy buzzes in. Target Cha has landed on the island. Boss screams back. Speak Korean. Moron, you'll blow cover. Dude stands up, raging. R.I.P. his sweet vacay vibes. Orders the squad to grind. It's trap time for our heroes. A super hyper, grinning guy says hi. It's Kim Hun, the other boss. Bringing big energy, tells his nephew to fetch the prepared epic loot. Sis is expecting gourmet food or some rare drops. Kim hypes it. Unforgettable. It's just a tangerine. The letdown is real. Absolute 0 out of 10 vibes. Sis is ready to murder them. But I hold her back. Leaders say my bad for rushing, but it's crisis mode. Kim starts yapping about they went rogue, ditching the system for an indie crew. Wanted to dodge the drama between the two big clicks. But level 11 dungeons spawned. Need level 40 pros. Tamna is totally lacking players at that tier, cause big guilds hogged all the pros. I'm like, why not just ignore M and let M break? Kim's like, nah, if we do that, we'll lose dungeon dibs and get stomped by the big dogs. Says they grinded hard to keep outsiders off their turf. But at this rate, game over for their home base. Desperate times. Then boom, saw my face on the tube. A cracked indie player shows up. Total RNG's use moment. Here in this sappy backstory, I only think these dudes are totally delusional. They simp hard, but I'm just here for the XP gains. I want to speedrun the dungeon. But Sis hits pause. She's got some urgent business to handle first. I'm clueless. Turns out, she just wants a food coma. Cut to the dungeon. Big beta boom goes off. Tam the guild members are stuck in a messy raid. Warrior dude is raging 0. Hits landing on these fire monkeys. Beast tries to roast us, spitting straight fire. But my shield guy leaps in to tank the hit. Bro yells, hold on, but the shield melts like butter. Acid spit melting rocks. Dude wasn't ready for that heat. Even with max defense, we're taking heavy damage. This raid is going south. Fast. We're toast. Then bam, a bolt nukes the monkeys from above. Shashi laughs at their goofy names. Savage. Irony alert. Warrior, thanks to big guy, dropping in. Kim's there too, getting toted around by his sis. He knows, Soul is salty at him, so he thanks her fast to avoid the drama. Rest it up, Kim yells. Let's go. They get the memo. Both dive straight into the mosh pit. Leader gives props for the sweet magic skills. Shashi's dying to know the kid's level though. Kim's like, just over level 40. Higher than the old guy. The squad is almost 42. Grinding pays off. Running dungeons 24/7 equals crazy XP gains. Hero digs the move he just saw. Kim's like, yeah, it's teleportation. Supposed to be hard, but Shashi thinks it's a breeze. Kim's shook. You learned that just by watching. Protagonist is hyped. He dumped points into intuition. Martial arts saved him XP, so he dumped 53 points into wits. That's how he hacked the magic logic so fast. Reading the spell code like a total pro. Time to flex. He wants to demo the new trick. Shashi says, watch this, poses, and nothing happens. Aqua. Oops. Realized Kim wasn't teleporting right then. Embarrassing, he finally asks. Okay, how do you do it? Monkeys chilling in the woods until Kim crashes the party. He says, sup. The monkeys are totally lost. Bye Felicia's game over. Shashi admits that was pretty dope. Kim says he just drops mobs for massive fall damage. Limit is 150 meters. But that cleans house. Plus, he can warp anything he sees. As long as the landing spot is clear, Kim's talking, but Shashi vanishes mid. Our guy pops back up, explaining, okay, I get it. Now, just need to grind the skill a bit. Time out. The squad grabs some grub. Soul yells at them for slacking in a danger zone. Kim's like, true, but we earn these snacks. Stubborn as a mule, she says, hard pass. Bossman tosses snacks to the hero, hyping his warp skills. Midshu Cha explains that for a pro like him, new tricks are basically child's play. Watching this, Shaw Unseal just wants to deck her, bro. She tells Kim her brother's grind set is too weird to copy, but the kid reminds her that he's the leader, so he can chill, but he feels tapped out. Kim quickly says sorry for yapping way too much. Team trusts him, sure, but he feels like a total noob. Fears he'll get lazy, apologizes, but she grabs his grub. Zip it and eat, she says. Jig's kimbap is fire. Obviously, Kim catches feelings. While they vibe, Cha asks how long the grind lasts. Monkeys are fast, infinite, and Kim's warp juice is low. That's why the boss wanted to just aggro the whole lot. Shaw warns the mobs might dogpile just one guy. Hero's like, yo, I got a fix. It's sovereignty, bearing flex that scares crowds stiff. Cha explains, he snagged this in the bird raid, but bossing mobs around felt but wait, it messes with their brains too. He mixed it with Mind Sword to puppet master them. He actually ghosted this skill, since controlling monsters was but fusing them, yeah, that's clutch right now. Cha goes full telepath. Mental vibes sweep the woods. They hit the monkeys. His order pops up, boom, he wakes up. Siblings stress, but Hero just asks if mana is good. It is. The main guy loves hearing that, cause he definitely just poked the bear. Ground shakes, earthquake. Nah, dungeon rules say nope, it's a monster stampede. Incoming, one monkey drops. Tank guy sighs, relieved. Thought it was safe, then sees 1,000 eyes up top. They're totally surrounded. Panic mode. On. Cha yells at Kim to warp everyone. He's soloing this. Seeing the hand sign, Kim nods, but Sis screams, no way, is she leaving him solo? Monkeys are paused, ready to pounce. Kim yells at Shansil, stick close. No choice, he force warps her out against her will. Everyone's gone. Hero's alone. Time to go wild. Chashihayam ain't playing. That energy boom's getting huge fast. Kin's watch ain't from the cheap seats. Totally Squad is silent. No way a human just pulled that off. Rumors were true. Heroes gotta be level 60 plus. Boss asked if he lured the mobs, but she's too salty to talk. Kim figures that no matter how OP Chashi is, he's her only tries to chill her out. Bro's cracked. He says, nothing bad's gonna happen. Just trust your big brother, okay? That's all. Kim asks. Chaim zips it cause he's dead wrong. She ain't scared. She's mad he's hogging all the XP after promising to share. Kim thought it was tears. Chase is like, brr, no sense. Chashi must be the happiest dude alive right now. Main character didn't know his aggro range was that wide. Mash those skills, and our hero could pull the whole dungeon. Easy mode unlocked. Looks like it worked. Joshi's just vibing, waiting for M. Just explosions now. Then Lee gets a weird vibe. Sec freaks out. Yep, heard a creep laugh. She's fine though. Back to the grind. Report says Park's ghosting everyone, still inside his crib. The Gills hunters are being super sus and quiet too. Good news, Aurora totally owned those rival dungeons. Guess Twilight's not an issue for a hot minute. But Lee's sweating. Park's too quiet after that TV roasting. She knows he's cooking up something shady. But the secretary's got fresh drama to panic over now. Lee's shook. New crazy dungeon dropped at Tybeck Mountain. Level 13 danger zone. Hunters need level 62 entry. And the map? It's a giant scorching sandbox. Hardest raid ever. Just endless hot sand everywhere. Hunters didn't even see the kaiju sneaking up on them. Giant bugs, like skyscrapers, stomping toward the city. Few mobs, but they're tanks. Need a pro to handle them. Guild boss confirmed it himself. It's legit bad. Lee's like, great. So the boss? Director? And I gotta squat up. Can't get it out of her head. Wishes he was here to carry. But Lee was lagging out IRL. Secretary's waving like, hello. He's stressing. Go home. If you're glitching, boss. Whoops. Elbowed the tea. Smash goes the cup. Sex on cleanup duty instantly. Am I losing it? When's Shashi coming back? Been 15 days since they dipped into Jigu Dungeon. Warrior gets jumped by a sneak attack from the smoke. Monster lunges. But bam, one-hit KO. MC bets the beasts. Squad tags, interrec. Dunnell's beefing with Kim, cause he's baby in her. The XP system splits the loot, based on who smacked the monster hardest. Hero should chill, but seeing the tank, bail is rough. Gotta step in when it hits the fan. Heian blinks in, saves the kid. Squire's sobbing now. Makes our guy wonder if you can grind stats for guts. Kim just tunes out the lecture. Classic move. Plus, Heian. Unlock teleportation, even if everyone's hyped. He didn't want that skill tree. Sol gets it. The island's hype isn't fish or fruit. It's the dungeons. Even if she only hit level 3, Kim agrees. The XP gain here is insane. Hayam thought his sis would get bored just grinding. Guess monster caves count as sightseeing too. Kid says next gig is from the Samato Guild. Wolf-headed bats. Ooh, our hero looks totally spooked. Yena asks about the map layout. It's a cave. MC's freaking out on the inside. Leader says they only want Heian for this run, cause it's pitch black, no arrows or blink skills work. Sol feels dissed and gets super salty about it. Hero's sus, but agrees since they're wiped out. He swears he'll speed run this quest. But caves, major PTSD vibes hitting him hard. This dude Django introduces himself to the MC as the guild boss and tour guide. Figures Heian knows the drill, so off to the cave. Green portal pops in the woods. MC stares it down. Just knowing it's a cave has the MC sweating bullets way more than expected. Whatever, gotta finish it. Zapping those wolf bats now. Dude asks, what do we do? He's rushing too fast. Heian's like, he's already cleared that zone. Django's mind is totally blown. Says they gotta stick to the path till the new zone. So, the MC decides to kick it into high gear. Guy asks if Heian's good, but gets totally go. Problem is, his trauma is screaming loud and clear. Django tries. Bro, if you're sick, we can take 5. Instant regret on that one. Heian snaps he's fine, don't make him say it twice. Django retreats, offering a juice box, but whatever. He's just thinking, got a blast, before he accidentally wipes everyone out. Guy's like, it's sketchy ahead, but claims he's got the map downloaded in his brain. But honestly, their vibe is getting super or Chashi Heijan might just be having a total panic attack. Django claims Seeker Grow is way aesthetic compared to this gross, damp cave. Tries to set up a future trip, but our guy hits him with a hard nope. Chich is totally over it. Just asking, are we there yet? Then his spidey senses tingle giant glowing magic circle on the roof. MC clocks the spell. Immediately it's a trippy maze trap. Won't kill you, but it totally bricks your internal GPS. And yup, looks like everyone else is already glitching out. But if you squint, the magic's actually steering the squad somewhere specific. Weirdly, it's a murmur trap. But who the heck triggered it? Whatever. Shasha Heian is 0% interested in otherworld drama right now. Mick takes a massive breath to chill himself out, then decides to YOLO it and dive into the trap. He's gonna find out who's pranking them. Meanwhile, Desert Dungeon is chaos. Sand monsters, wilding out. Guy yells. Leader drops a buff spell. Monster nopes back into the dirt. One dude thinks it ran away, but he knows that's Cap. Another beast pops up, loading up a massive attack. Leader screams, get ready. He wants to trap it before it bails. Leader actually manages to grapple the giant worm for a sec. He signals the squad. That's the VP's cue to shine. She goes dual-wield mode and absolutely deletes the monster. Lee grabs the W with some help from the crew. Leader stoked, saying they're an OP duo who'll speedrun this, but she's like, chill. We killed 3 mobs, and the guild's already gassed. But the boss man starts teasing. Bet you wish you were hanging with your BF chick. Instant regret though, cause she almost punches him. Like, quit playing. Lee pivots asking, where's the rest of the squad? We need help. Leader claims they were both busy doing something super important. 2 dudes are just lurking near the Jigu dungeon portal. Supposedly busy, but these guards are just gossiping about Chashi's festival fight. But the secretary already pops up, roasting them for slacking on the job. They're like, bro, we're bored, just grabbing a snack. She snaps back. Just cause Twilight's ghosting us doesn't mean you can chill. Drama could literally pop off at any second. Suddenly, boom, energy blasts from the woods and something explodes. She instantly knows that shot was an arrow. Problem is, this spot's top secret. Then a shadowy figure walks up. They think it's Twilight, but nope, it's director Yoon from Aurora. Claims it's a sneak attack from the rival squad. Super sus. The secretary starts low-key freaking out about it. He wants to rush the dungeon to warn the bosses, but then hits pause. Something ain't no way the director knew their location. Dude said he was busy elsewhere. Big lie. But rip, it's already game over. Yun's like, mission pretty much wrapped up. Trader finishes the dirty work and grabs his cell. Tells the caller Quan is crashing the party too. Stoked that Twilla handled the boring stuff. The guy on the other end, given props. It's Park. Park pulls up and everyone bows down like he's royalty. He's loving the chaos. Hypes up the 2 Boeing directors for wrecking shop. Boss thinks Lee is too innocent. Never guessed her own crew would backstab her. Turns out, they sold out way back at the Solar Festival. Fake friends. Park steps over Bodhi's, like they're just trash on the sidewalk. Flashback time. 7 years since their dungeon run when he was a total noob. Rewind to when the squad was hollering for Lee. She was actually vibing back then. Park interrupts her chill. He's all, those losers are dragging us down. Says she lost the plot. They're supposed to be grinding XP, not making friends. Blabbers about some war god, jade item. Claims it's a cheat code for martial arts skills. Wants to simp for that, god for power. But she shuts him down. Lee's like, this ain't near him, no one's hunting us. So chill with the power trip. She's totally fine, just hanging with the fam. Wants to ghost their trauma from the other world. Squad calls her over, and she dips, leaving Park solo. But he figured she'd get him, since they shared the same nightmare. Felt like an NPC, because of those weak. Later, Park slices a mob in to like butter. Thing was joked here week. Then he hears Lee screech. A teammate got clapped by a trash mob. Embarrassing. Guy yells at Park to carry the injured girl out. ASAP. Dude keeps yapping, begging for help. Clueless why Park is just standing there. Park zoning out, thinking how she never notices his grind. She's still soft. Forgot the Miriam struggle. He blames those pests for everything. Park decides to delete everything, making Lee soft. Thinks killing her weak friends is actually doing her a solid. Park camps, the portal, head totally in the clouds. The snakes are wondering why he's glitching out. Vice boss appears. Guard the door. Delete any Aurora members on site. Park says he senses Chashi Hyun nearby. Guess the island mission is going smooth. But Vice claims Galen already made a move. No escaping that trap. Vice has the tea, but Park's like la can't hear you. Do wants one thing. Dungeon trip means leave is toast. Boss panics, then chills. Bet, 'cause a deal's a deal. Honestly, he knows she'd absolutely destroy him. Park calls start. Top hunters hunting Aurora. While Shashi is super confused. This place is giving weird vibes. Followed the trap too, nowhere total fail. Even the dudes whisper, brah this ain't it. MC, here's M. Spill, what are you hiding? Guy lies MC grabs his face. Base's row patience left. Hero's done playing blind. He's over it. Wanna leave this cave? Better start yapping. Buddy spots something sus. Even MC is shook. Mystery voice goes, oops, almost late. You're fast? Assistant's like, yo, everything's set. Voice adds, nice to meet ya. Main character. A bomb on the wall. Yeah, that's talking. Joshy's speechless. Then boom, fireworks. Lee gets bad vibes, but ignores M. Focus. She sees at least 4 monsters. Ooh-huh. Then she hears it. Boom. Right at base camp. Aurora boss fights, but Mage dodges the hit. Fighter sees an opening and jumps in. Cheap shot, but boss counters with max power. But Fighter sidesteps. Too slow, dude. This situation? Absolute trash fire. Fighting 2 is rough. Plus, Park's watching. Boz is lost. Park claps, like it's a show. My bad for doubting you, Johnny smirks. Boz never thought he'd meet his rival like this. John's like, how? And where are the guards? Park lows, the answer is super obvious. John claims the dungeon info was top secret. So, clearly, there's a snitch in the guild. John vows to end the rat. Mage mocks his grit. Suddenly, things go totally sideways. Teammate gets wrecked. Begs boss for a save. John hears the pleas. Knight steps up to finish it. Foster screams, totally helpless. Big set. Park trolls him. AUO, heartbreaking scene. Calls them bugs and dead weight. So toxic. Lee tries to squash him. But Jin dodges. Lee's mad. Park's like, Mistya? Lee thinks he's just spouting nonsense. She vows to shut him up. Permanently. Park tells his number 2 to handle the girl. Suddenly, it's just a blur of shiny metal. They're swinging at each other like they're on fast. Both land hits and bounce back. But Lee catches a nasty scratch on her cheek. She doesn't stall, shoving him off. The kid totally loses his cool. He's so ticked off he manages to dig his heels in. Before he can blink, she's pounced, roasting him for holding his blade like a toddler. He swaps the weapon to his other hand, trying to be slick. But he whiffs the air, and she calls him out for being messy. Still, the kid's got zero chill, so she stays alert while peeping at her crew. Her boss is circled up but swinging like a champ. She figures he can hang in there, but that's not the main issue. She glares at the big boss. He's literally waving high, definitely cooking up a scheme. Park notes his buddy leveled up way more than he thought. He figures the drama over on Lee Island should be done by now. The Twilight leader is crossing his fingers that Choshi is basically dirt food. Suddenly, Ruble glows, and boom, huge explosion. Our main guy stands up, ready to serve some serious payback. His squad made it too, but everyone's totally confused. Then they spot Shashi, and yikes, he looks furious. Stuck in a cave and forced to use his brain just to dodge a bomb, he's over it. Some guy tries to play it cool, asking if the hero needs a band-aid. He acts clueless, which was a massive mistake. Dude starts floating midair, then gets slammed down because the hero is in a rush. He demands the tea, immediately. It's super obvious, this whole setup was a premeditated trap. They need to stop treating Chashi like he's stupid. The guy freaks out until he's sobbing, claiming he has no clue what's up since they also got caught in the blast. Fed up, our hero decides to hack the guy's brain. First time trying this on a person? If his brain melts, oops, not his fault. A creepy shadow wraps around the guy's noggin. Turns out Twilight was funding them to keep the island on lockdown. Some super cocky dude showed up one day. Guy claimed to be Park's little brother. He was a hunter from China, and clearly not someone to mess with. They were just doing whatever Gal told them. The job was just to lure our boy to the spot. Hero realizes signals are blocked, so the enemy must be inside with them. He can't sense a thing though. Maybe the guy dipped. This is giving him a migraine. He tells the dude to scoot over to avoid getting blasted. He warns the kid to get out of the way. He fires a laser from his palm, blowing the rocks to smithereens. A path opens up. The crew is just hyped to go home and scrub off the dirt. But Shashi isn't vibing with that. He hates leaving things unfinished. He lights up the whole cave with his aura. Rock seal the exit again. They're begging for help. High-end ghosts them. Savage. Knowing Twill is the boss, he can go full aggro. Meanwhile, Lee's stuck in a desert pickle. Dude spamming shadow clones to troll her. Jen tells her to wipe her lip and busts out the shadow dance. First, he tries to psych her out. He thinks he's pro, but Lee calls Cap. She wasn't gonna use that total waste on a noob like him. He ain't worth the mana. Triggered, he jumps in. Lee's like, watch this. Time to school him on real fighting. Even the sand looks chill. Red blurs zoom past. He's chasing, but she's got speed hacks. She hops the clones. Janang's staring daggers. Clones attack, blowing up a rock near her face. Lee stumbles, and suddenly she's boxed in. She jokes, he's Park's minion, cause he's just as extra. Light flashes. Jang blinked and missed her slicing through the squad. She spots a twitch. Lee spins just as he creeps up. He readies his special, landing a toxic hit. Lee didn't see that coming. She backs off fast. That poison goop melts her blade instantly. She lands. Okay, she gets it now. One mess up, and it's game over. Lee drops her gear. Vice Boss notes he switched styles. He used to copy her dual-wield vibe. Jen says, your fault. She taught him how to be top tier. Lee's sweating cause she needs to spot. The real body, acting cool. She claims she forgot everything. Jang looks hurt, but he vows to jog her memory by making her use the shadow dance. Lee sighs her, annoying, insisting he's too scrubby for that move. Really, she's saving HP for Park, but Jen gets salty. A clone jumps her from the back. Lee recalls sleeping on this kid. A Park-raised crybaby who copied her moves. Jen was shaken that day. Only guy to ever survive fighting her. Lee says he was born just to tick her off. Closing in, blade to throat. She spills the assassin's secret. Strike with feelings. Suddenly, backup shows up. Lee dips just cause she's exhausted. Before bouncing, she drops truth. Jen ain't built for this. Quit now. She waves, calling him a cheap knockoff. Jen says, after getting roasted, he tossed her moves and reset his build just to beat her. He used to stand Lee, but not since then. She was right though. His obsession made him the GOAT, then reality warps. Jen stares, totally shook. Lee pops back, you still listen. Should have quit while he was ahead. Jen was totally Shuka shadow clone. Seriously? Lee drops one last pro tip. Keep the claws hidden until the finish line. He yells Lee Ji-hee's name like it's a drama finale. Then, he's toast. Just a budget knockoff until the bitter end. Brawl's over, and some creepy voice goes, nice moves. Voice says the sidekick did okay. Lee's stoked. The boss finally showed up. Her #1 target. Park's like, so, how'd you like my party? Lee promises him a messy death, but the creep just smiles. Park draws his blade. Music to my ears. He grins. Energy spins up like a hurricane. Lee busts out the shadow dance. Someone calls Lee, but it goes straight to the beat. No luck. Too bad our hero can't warn her about the mess. Then a voice pipes up. Yeah, you're not reaching him. Suddenly, our hero is surrounded by a bunch of goons. Voice explains, he's in a dungeon. 0 bars in there. Genius. Smirking, the boss asks, dig the cave. Gives off Miram vibes. Right? Cha snaps back, asking how the heck he knows Lee's trapped. Guy says, say please, and I might spill. The taunt confirms that this dude definitely isn't friend material. Whatever, he'll just beat the info out of him anyway. Sensing Chazora, the creep gets super hyped. The martial vibe is heavy, but this guy's got his own moves. A giant glyph glows on the floor. A trap, but not the usual Miram style. It's remixed with some sorcery hacks. Celestial Golden Seal activated. The goon squad rushes in. Cha ignores the sparkle show, but something feels off. He's lagging, or something. First enemy swings at him. Suddenly, Cha feels like he's wearing lead boots. He throws a punch, but it gets blocked. Yeah, major problem here. His energy bar is frozen. 2 more assassins jump him. Cha blocks, but his shield cracks from just one hit. Yikes. He gets a weird sense of deja vu from these guys. Turns out, they're all Miram exports. The bad guy laughs at his shock. The seal drains his juice and pumps it into the minions. Doesn't matter how OP the target is, but boosting the goons with his power, that's gonna backfire. Our heroes just annoyed this guy. Won't shut his trap. Cha yells at him to just bring it on already. Time to remind them why he's the Sword Emperor. Trap formations are like pocket dimensions for spells and elements. Some legend used this tech to summon storms and zap enemies. G totally fanboyed over that guy, treating him like a god, which is why he only nerded out on traps back in Murim. Now, he thinks he's invincible, a total god. Well, in theory, but the sword just phases right through him. Blinkin', he's gone. Cha, Peep the seal runs on metal juice. 2 other hunters jump him, but whoosh stray through air. Hero's like, chill, it's wrapping up. G sees the paralyte poke. Weird, that shouldn't work here. Then our main guy, clears the air. You guys culture, they look totally lost. Cause they ain't from the Murim world. 1, their sword game is absolute trash. 2, 0, fancy energy vibes flowing there. Gal's ticked off, but admits it. His goons are locals, just molded into fake martial artists. Hero goes, I could do that, but you, nah. Gotta be magic. Only dark arts make that junk work. Cheeseboard magic, kung fu, whatever. He's winning. Gal spills he snatched random street beggars. Worked great to cook up some solid minions. So he used people as fuel for the circle. Sick, Ches, glad. Just proves these guys are total cult scum. That vibe check rattles Gal. Hero never gets bored of wrecking guys like him. Tucks over. Hunts on. G's, shook but yells threats. His zombies move. Now they're packing some actual heat. Hero smirks at their borrowed power. 1 step, game flips. Circle turns blue fast. Gao is totally clueless. His dudes scream like they're frying, begging for an out. Cha just chills. Fire melts metal. Dump. Hero's like, metal trap. Tweaked it to fire mode. Gao's baffled. Hero says, just a hobby back in Murim. Dude cannot believe his ears right now. Gao's life work was just a hero's weekend Sudoku. Gao is literally freezing up at his own limits. Nerds rule, but it's over. Traps drinking Gao's key. He used people as batteries. Karma's a beast. Before the kill, Hero needs some deets. Where's Lee J? He's imagining her totally lifeless. Park thought he was a solo player till he met her. Even when he was spooked by Murim pasts, she stayed. Felt actual love, but meeting her was a mistake. Park yells, get up, don't lose like a scrub. She stands up on 1 HP. Eyes still blazing though. She's ready to throw hands again. Park pops a shield. Boom powers collide and reflect. Lee gets yeeted back, but sticks the landing. Park sees she's gassed. Her shadow skill just died. She's shook by his power. Or is she just drained? The VP goes, okay, one last cue. He's chill with it. Lee just needs the deets. Why wreck my crew? Park's totally over it. She's shaken. Stop dodging. Real talk only. Park pauses. Cause they were weak sauce? Crushing noobs is basically my hobby. Lee feels dumb for expecting a sane chat. Crying but livid, she blitzes him to end it. Instantly, blades go clank. The shockwave is absolutely gnarly. Elsewhere, Chaz checks his cell. Yo, update. Turns out Park simps for a war god. Dude's brain is toast. 450 meters out. She recalls his war packs. He's gotta play. 20 minutes away. Why is he even sweating it? Lee's just a work pal. Nothing deep. Typical Mim chaos. Daily routine? Then Chia remembers the date. The feels hit hard. Just the 2 of them. Good times. He cracks up. Man, am I losing it? Swore he only cared about himself and didn't realize he caught feelings. He races to her. Tilly lends